Hello, everyone. This is your host, Teray, here of Terella's TV with EpicFailureTV1. And we have our third part with Mr. Brian Slade. And this video, this interview that we were having that is has been very good. And I hope has been good to you. We're going to name a couple artists and just see how Mr. Brian Slade feels about them. And if they're transcending or if they're, people that need to sat down. But so I'm a big Mariah Carey fan, Mr. Slade, and I believe Mariah of the '90s was somebody I generally love. I just like Mariah in general. I loved her how she sings, how she uses what she has to her limits and knows her limits and doesn't push beyond them. How do you feel about Miss Mariah Carey, aka?
I like that "I Break" song. I think it's it's because of Nicki, but I like the fact that she's still relevant. I have to give her props for staying relevant after 20 years of being in the game. That's a testament within itself. I personally prefer the Visions of Love, Someday, I Get So Emotional, Dream Lover. That's really the Mariah that got my heart, because I could not believe that someone this powerful finally had an international pop platform. And I truly miss that, but I try not to stay in nostalgia and allow the artist to grow. I just prefer, my preference is 90s Mariah, hero, Mariah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. That's absolutely correct.
I don't. It seems like there's some kind of. I can't put my finger on it, but there is something different about her voice. But every now and then I'll hear. Maybe it isn't different. I haven't dialed in on where she is truly vocally right now. I really don't know.
I definitely. Some people claim she had vocal nodules and stuff like that in her voice, but but like Mariah has stated that she was born with that. So only big fans really know about stuff like that with her. But she stated in an interview that she was born with those vocal nodules. So those were not implanted over wear and tear. Those were there.
That's just there.
They was just there.
What she did with those, I mean, come on, that's God given. So
yes, and me being from New Jersey, I'm not a big Whitney Houston fan, but I do respect her, even in the time of era that she's in now, where I give her the sat down card, but she truly no shade, but I believe.
No shade.
But I truly believe that it's time for Miss Houston to sit down. How do you feel about Miss Whitney Houston?
That there needs to be. I believe the children. No, it's like. I believe that she needs a selah, just a pause. I think that some time with Seth Riggs, who is a fantastic vocal coach, even if he's not around, he still has tools that are available. I think that if she was able to just really hone in and get positive energy around her and really rehabilitate her vocals back to a place, maybe not of what it was, but to a place that is salvageable, where it can be, everyone's instrument changes. Let's just put it on out there. As you get older, your instrument changes, but there are ways to maximize the way that vocal comes into evolution. And I think that if she can just find the right vocal coach to show her how to, and if the fans would give her a chance to rehabilitate and accept her for the Whitney vocal that is now, well, not now, but if she gets rehabilitated with her vocals, accept that and not compare her to "And I Will Always Love You." Many things have transpired since then, and we have to learn to love someone for how they evolve vocally at the present time, because everyone's instrument in some way is going to change. So I would say not sit down like you're washed up, but I would say pull back and rehabilitate so that you can find out how to make the adjustment to who you've become. And the fact that you are strong enough in your character to come back, it really does say to me that if you really are diligent and put your mind to it, you can develop a vocal that can still be enjoyed. And the respect is still there, but just you can still have something that people will still want to buy and support and love who you are now. And that may mean some of your older fans, her older fans, may not be there for her when she develops this new sound. But at least you'll be able to work with what she has after she is really rehabilitated properly. It's really a psychological thing, because there's so much negative energy out there. For her to fail, it's very difficult for her to evolve into anything when people are expecting and putting it in the universe that she's done. And she just needs to be surrounded by people that want her to win. People that want her to win.
Oh, I definitely totally agree. Let's make these next ones quick, guys. Young City J, go ahead.
Right. Brian, I was listening to you earlier and how you said that you like how certain artists, they might not have the best vocal strength, but how they interpret a song. So I would like to know your views on Mary J. Blige.
Mary J. Blige, when she did The Breakthrough, to me, that was her most anointed. We saw it coming though when she did No More Drama. It's like, okay, wait a minute, something's going on here that's making me feel like when I'm at church, I'm feeling some anointing. Like, wait a minute, what's going on? And right around the Breakthrough album, her range opened up like I had never. I mean, she really was getting up there. It sounded like Aretha in many ways. Not only do I love Mary J. Blige for her delivery, I enjoy her because she took responsibility for her life and turned it around. Mm-hmm. Her vocals came to the place that they were not just because she could feel pain, is because she could turn that pain into power. And not only in her vocal, but in her spiritual sense, her grounding, and even in her business sense. Her My Life perfume sold 50,000 units the first day with HLM. Mm-hmm. I mean, she's making moves. When you see her now, you can see she's about her business. And to me, whether she sings, some people can't stand her voice. Some people can't stand her. Whatever. You cannot get around the fact that when Mary dials in, you know that she's serious about what she's singing. And that part you have to respect. You have to respect. And I'm very proud of her. Breakthrough was my personal favorite album besides the Share My World album, which a lot of people didn't like. But I really did. Right. I saw that as a transition piece for her. If you notice, that was the bridge to get her to No More Drama. No More Drama.
Exactly. Mm-hmm. And go ahead,
Well,
Jay.
That was my only one because I want everybody else to have enough time, so I'm just going to pass it along.
So, Mr. Soulfly Justin, go ahead.
What about, you took my girl Mariah Carey. So what about the epic failures of artists like Sierra, Rihanna, and what's that girl named Kesha, who I feel have no vocal ability at all.
Oh my goodness. £, no shade, right? I'll be prefacing with that. I would say that Sierra is, let's say this, that if Aaliyah was still living, that lane would have been very difficult to fill. But by that window opening up, I believe that made it much easier for Sierra to come through, which then I believe she embodied the Janet Jackson lane, where she was more of the dance artist, the performance artist that had a voice that was soft and sweet enough over the harder beats. Like, for example, when there was the BET tribute, they gave her a ballad, and I felt that she should have done something that was more Janet-esque or something more Michael-esque and work around that. Her strength is interpreting songs that make you want to create a visual. For example, her song and video Work, which was not released here domestically but was released overseas. You cannot tell me that Ciara was not fierce in that video. No, she was not Patti LaBelle, but there are things that Ciara can do that Patti can't, and there are things that Patti can do that obviously Ciara can't, but these are two different artists. Let's move on to Rihanna. I believe that with the right songs and the right melody, she has a radio-safe voice. The average person cannot deal with the Kim Burrell or even B. Slade gymnastics that we are capable of doing. Only musicians and other vocalists can truly appreciate that. Even a Brandy, they can't really appreciate the choices that we make vocally. But they will, and you'll be like, well, how come this person who can't really sing can do so well commercially? Well, the average ear can only, take in so many notes. And these people are able to stick to the script. Just like Diana Ross, she wasn't necessarily what you call, operatic singer, but she knew how to stick to the script and tell the story that was written by well-crafted hands. And she won. She's still winning. So you have to figure out which one do you want. Do you want the praises of people saying you a beast? Or do you want to have commercial success and have that house on the hill because you stuck by the rules? It's a choice that every person and vocalist and artist has to make for themselves. But they're all, I believe, valid choices. They're really valid choices. Some are more the dance artists and some are more the, true vocalists. But you'll notice that the ones who really can sing usually don't get the props they're supposed to get, ever.
I truly definitely feel
exactly what you're
saying on that note.
We are at
currently about 12 minutes right now.
So I think
what we're going to do is we're going to come back. We're going to finish this up because let me tell you something. B. Slade is definitely giving us life and giving us the information that we definitely need from somebody who's been in the music industry for some time. And I don't want to say for some time, I want to say a long time.
I
was about to pop up a little song real quick off of Dawn the Unicorn.
Yes,
and you know where I was going with that. But definitely stay tuned for the next part, our last part, we promise, with our interview with Brian Slade.